By the title of the video, you're like, what's the big deal? Buying your wedding lehenga online, just add to cart, done. But I'm going to tell you it's more difficult than you think. There is more to this, so keep watching. I wanted to get into details of what could go wrong, what went wrong, and what went right, and I wanted to share it with you guys, especially the ones who do not live in India, or especially the ones who cannot physically go to try the lehenga and see the lehenga in person. I am so excited to be doing this video because this is my first video of the Ultimate Wedding series. I really want to share everything, and this is my first part. So the first thing you should do is just create a mood board, right? If you want to go for pinks or reds or any color in your mind, just create a mood board, follow influencers, follow celebrities, sit on Pinterest, do your research. What do you think? Which color will suit you? Will it look good? Do you think you want to go for this vibe? What vibe is your husband going for? Everything really matters. Please don't do this mistake of having this picture in your mind and you're not able to explain it to anyone what you're exactly looking for. You need to just be very sure of what you want. Jewelry, the hair, the lehenga, everything just comes together and it will complement. So just create a mood board. It will make your life so easy. I cannot stress enough, but please start early unless you don't know your wedding dates and you just get to know, oh my god, my wedding is literally 3 months away. That's a different situation. But if you think you really have the time, maybe 6 months, that should be really a good enough time for you to decide what lehenga you want, get it stitched, get it in your hand, alterations and all of that. And I'll just be very honest here, a wedding lehenga is really expensive, so you would want to invest wisely. Whenever you want to buy a lehenga, you should know what kind of a budget you're looking for. You should have all the designers in an Excel sheet ready that this particular designer does this range of lehengas and this particular designer is going over budget. Maybe sometimes what happens is the budget you're going for, maybe you would not like anything, and if you're ready to extend that budget, then also jot down the number of designers that do a little over the budget, so you have some options in hand if you don't like anything that's in your budget. You get what I mean? Your groundwork is your main thing here. Your research has to be very solid, and that is because you want to build a trust in the designer you're looking for, because you're not physically present there to try it. You have to build all your trust online, on video calls, on the salesperson who are selling the outfit to you. So it's very important that you do your ground research very solidly. For example, if you're going for a high-end designer, you're kind of aware that maybe, this person is not going to mess up your alterations and you might not have trust issues. But for example, if you're going for a less aware designer or even a local designer, then you would have to do your ground research really well. Go to their Instagram, go to their tagged photos, see which brides are wearing them, and actually message the brides for the quality, the fit, and how the experience was with that designer. I have personally done that. Like when I was buying a lehenga, I was not sure. I actually liked a particular lehenga and I'm like, I'm not sure about the quality because I was not physically present there to try it. So I actually found out a bride on their tag page and I messaged that bride and she gave me such an honest review. She was like, I am not happy with my lehenga. It was quite okay because apparently she saw the lehenga in some light and when she actually wore it, it was so light. That really helps, like messaging real brides and asking them, hey, so where did you buy this online? How's the quality? How's the service? How was the fit? Just go on Reddit and ask questions. You have tons and tons of community groups like Lehengas or Bridal or Indian Bridal. Look up for them and post your questions like, hey, I'm trying to buy this XYZ designer, or I really like the work. Do you think the quality is great? How about their alterations? How is their fit? Have you ever bought from them? How was the experience? These are the questions you should be really asking because you would want to know what the other brides went through. The second thing is you would also want to read the comments on Instagram because a lot of time these brands don't give you up to mark services. But when you're going for a particular brand and you see that they've turned off their comments, they're deleting comments, they've limited comments, that's like a red flag. Like just stay away from those brands. Maybe they are like not even altering, they're just not even delivering what you actually saw. So there could be a big red flag. So go to their Insta, go to tag photos, talk to real brides, check all their comments and ask on Reddit. After you've zeroed down on the designers, the next thing you want to do is ask these important questions to them. That is sending you lots and lots of pictures of different angles of the lehenga. You need to know the color properly. You need to know the close-up of the embroidery, what kind of embroidery is going on, what fabric is it weather appropriate, Just send me the close-up of the blouse. Most importantly, ask them to actually make someone wear that lehenga and click pictures, so you'll know, okay, this lehenga is actually looking like this on this girl. And try to also tell them to accessorize a little, so you get an idea about what kind of an accessory is going to go with this lehenga. Look at the color of the embroidery. Is it gold? Is it silver? Is it bronze? Will it go on your jewelry? That's very important. Tell the designers to go out a little and click a few pictures in the daylight, so you know exactly what kind of a vibe is this. If your wedding is outside or if your wedding is inside, like I told you, the vibe I was going to go for when I tried it in the showroom, that lehenga looked so pretty, but I was not able to judge the color until I saw it on a real bride in the tag photos. And that girl did her wedding outside. That lehenga looked so pale, it was so flat, and I'm so glad I did not go for that, because lighting really matters. After you decided what kind of a lehenga you want, the next most important thing is measurements. You need to go to your local tailor to actually get yourself measured, because a lot of times you can't really measure yourself. I've gone wrong, so there's going to be some chances that you might just go wrong in your measurements, and you would not want that with your blouse. Your blouse is the highlight of the whole outfit. The blouse fitting really matters a lot. The most flattering blouse fitting will change your lehenga. So just be a little cautious with your measurements. You would want someone to help you while you measure. Maybe it could be your local tailor or your friend. Ask them to measure you and have that designer online on Zoom or on video call to just see if you're measuring it right. A lot of brands have different requirements. Some don't want you to measure a certain way, and some brands are like, no, we want this also. We want the shoulder, we want the length, we want this, we want the cup size. They are very, very particular. The best thing you can do is just send them your latest blouse sample. That really works so well. They're just going to replicate that size onto your wedding blouse. But if you're living outside the country, that kind of seems tedious. That won't be possible. But if you are living in the country and you're not able to visit them, I would just suggest you to send your latest blouse sample, because that would just do wonders for you. Let's come to the payment part. Now, since you're paying this online and you're dealing with everything online, you would want to make sure that the payment link you receive is from a legit email address or a person that you've been talking to from their team. And after you've made the payment, tell them to give you a confirmation with a letterhead on the email address with their official email address. Because a lot of times things just get messed up. Designers don't take like a 50% before and 50% after your lehenga is ready. They mostly take everything together, like 100% payment. So you would just want to make sure that wherever you're making the payment comes from a legit source. Now, these are the steps you need to look into. You have to go through it in phases. You just cannot go like, okay, I placed the order 3 months ago, boom. They just give you the lehenga and you're like, oh my god, this is not what I was looking for. So for example, if you've placed the lehenga order 3 months before the wedding or 4 months before the wedding, they will just give you the wedding lehenga pictures once it's ready. And maybe there's a possibility that you don't like the neckline, you don't like a particular detail, and it is too late for you to change anything. Like the lehenga I ordered for, the sales girl was quite helpful. She was like, we're going to send you pictures of your lehenga, the blouse, everything, the moment it's just cut out, so you would know what's going on. So a lot of times this will happen, so I would suggest you to request them to keep sending you pictures. Just keep checking them within like 1.5 months. You don't have to pester them. You don't have to like be on their head every week and be like, hey, send me pictures, send me pictures. No, it's just that you could take your time and maybe just be like, hey, when the blouse is ready, can I see how it looks like? Now what happened with me was, when my blouse was cut, okay, when I was just getting made, I just realized that the neck line was way higher. I could just notice it in the video call that this is way higher. So what they did was they took that blouse, they actually made a girl try it with all pins, because it was not stitched. It was just like a raw garment cutting they had done. So they just made the girl try it with all pins. And I could literally see that the neckline I asked for was not there. So you would want to just keep checking about what's going on, because a lot of times they have so many orders that they would not get the time to like click pictures on every phase and send it to you. Just tell them to like give a trial on some girl that's your body frame and just tell her to like wear it. You'll get to know the fit. You'll be lucky if that girl is your body frame, and you'll just instantly get to know that how is this fitting on her. When the blouse came to me, it was so tight. Like the armholes, it was just going into my skin. It was not at all comfortable. Please keep a lot of margin in your blouse for alterations. And once you get your lehenga, please ask them for like at least 2-inch margins around the whole thing. I am literally so happy I finally made this video, because if I'm helping even one of you who's buying their wedding lehenga online, you might just want to watch this, because I made a lot of mistakes. My blouse was literally not ready 2 days before the wedding. I had my local tailor help me and she was so helpful. She was great. She was like a lifesaver. She did my end moment changes because I couldn't send the blouse back to Delhi. The designer you buy, whatever lehenga you buy, doesn't matter, because every bride just looks so beautiful on her wedding day. The jewelry, the whole environment, the lehenga, when everything comes together, the bride just shines. She looks gorgeous. It's just magical. So don't stress a lot. Everything will just fall into place and you will look your best. Thank you for watching. If I've helped you in any way, please share, like and subscribe.